Hello everyone, my name is Chief Lamb, so what I have for you guys is a quick update in regards to one segment within this week's Halo Waypoint Bulletin, and that is in regards to the CSR in Halo 4, or the competitive skill rank. The whole thing kind of blew up out of proportion out of this week's bulletin because they haven't really confirmed nor denied whether or not this CSR rank, or in layman's terms the air quote true skill rank, will be visible in game, similar to Halo 3. Halo 3 had this system where certain competitive playlists had a true skill rank attached to them, and it would be represented as a number next to your profile from the scale between 0 and 50. And the whole purpose of that was to accurately reflect your true skill and then better match you up with similarly skilled players in certain competitive playlists, to therefore make a better and more competitive environment for your matchmaking experience. That is the whole purpose behind true skill. Just want to get that out in beforehand before we dive on into the statement, which I even think that 343 has even stated even before the launch of Halo 4. I recognize these words word for word almost, and I think I even covered them in the video beforehand. But finally we have it in writing, so let's just get on into it. And the question was, why isn't CSR visible in-game? I have yet to see a 343 employee answer this question, and BS Angel answered that we are focused on creating a seamless companion for pro and expert players without making a highly visible, attractive nuisance for casual abusers and cheats. And then she went on to say that she asked her design team to make a mock-up of what the CSR is going to eventually look like. This is not the final product, keep this in mind. So they basically generated this photo of how you're going to view the true skill or the CSR rank in Halo 4. Now, it's not going to be represented in-game. Let's just put that out there. It's not going to be in-game next to your gamer tag while you're waiting in lobbies to go play a multiplayer game. You're only going to be able to view it online through the Halo Waypoint website or through certain mobile apps, such as on Windows phones or iOS phones. I believe you can view it through the Smart Glass application for Xbox on your iPhone. If you want to go check it out, once you're playing Halo 4, the Smart Glass immediately turns into a Waypoint version app. So that is how you're going to view the CSR rank, and it's going to be something minimal, something similar to this photo being represented. Remember, it's not the final product here. It's just going to be something small, and it's going to be from a scale between 0 and 50. Now let's get on to my opinions and basically break down this statement. BS Angel made a very good point that I do agree upon. Now I know a lot of people may not agree with this, but this is my opinion part of this portion, so feel free to, talk about it in the comment section. Let's discuss, in a civil manner. But the main point that I want to take out of this statement is that she said they want to make something and avoid something that is highly visible and can provide an attractive nuisance for casual abusers and cheaters. Now personally, when I looked at the Halo 3 true skill rank that was represented in-game, to me, it was just a number. It really didn't mean anything other than, oh, these guys are supposedly, around my skill level. And that's expected, because when you went into those competitive playlists, they wouldn't match you up with anybody else other than someone similarly skilled to you. So really, the number really meant nothing. It was just to be like, oh, this person's a little bit better or a little bit lesser in skill level according to them compared to me. That's all it really was. But, the algorithm that matched us together did its job regardless. So that is what I kind of see, that it seems like a useless number. All it really was to provide bragging rights. Oh, are you true skill of 50 in Halo 3? And it's like, no, I wasn't. I didn't eventually get to that. I think the highest I got was 30 something. Just the way it was. And, I'm not going to say that I'm some pro player. I'm above average at best. So when I look at this number, it really was just something for bragging rights. And I have to admit, a lot of people, what they would do in regular public lobbies, they would go check out someone's player profile as soon as they joined the game, and they would go, just quickly dive on in through the in-game menus without leaving the multiplayer lobby, and they'd be like, oh crap, this guy's true skill is 50, let's rage quit the lobby. Similar to what happens in Call of Duty. When you bump into a whole party full of Prestige Masters or something, you immediately go check their KD in-game, and you're like, oh crap, these guys are relatively good, let's leave the lobby. That's usually what happens the majority of the time. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but the majority of the time this happens. You check the stats that are available, and then you make your decision whether or not you want to play this upcoming game with them. And that's what happens. So, is that number really, crucial? Not really. It is just bragging rights. The algorithm is going to do the job regardless if that number is visibly represented in front of you or not. If you really want to go find out that number, you would go take that extra effort, and therefore that will reduce the amount of abusers and cheaters, because eventually that's all people really kind of did at the end stages of Halo 3's lifespan. All it did was like, oh, these true skill ranks can provide shortcuts to other non-competitive skill ranks in Halo 3's ranking system. So they can provide shortcuts to jump ahead and finally get that almighty, all-hailed high rank, highest rank in Halo 3. Something like that. That's all they wanted to do. They basically just eventually casually abused it, and then it went to some point as boosting and cheating. And all that really is just that number just provided that. If they didn't know anything, majority of them would not have done that. So I stand by 343's decision. I completely agree. I'm fine. Hey, the true skill is going to work. It's just going to be in the background. If you really care about seeing that number, you can take the extra step to go find it through your mobile apps or on your computer. Now, I'm going to dismiss the follow-up question that probably a lot of people are going to be talking about, is why is it taking them so long? Well, you have to think Halo 4's multiplayer experience is quite different compared to previous Halo games. They have not had an accurate unit of measure to base your true skill. They could have matched something similar to Halo 3, but it would have been different because there's so many new features in Halo 4's multiplayer. So what they decided to do was analyze data for months after the launch date and then create a unit of measure after these months that we have been playing Halo 4 to then better accurately predict and give you a true skill ranking based solely off of Halo 4's multiplayer. They've just been collecting data, and so that is why they've been waiting. They want to get it right, and then they can implement it in April. Those are my thoughts on the matter. Please try to keep the conversation civil down below in the comment section. This is almost as dangerous as arguing as Coke versus Pepsi, whether or not you want this number to be visible in game or not. To me, not a big deal. I'm fine with whatever decision they do make. So, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to leave a like or a favorite, it greatly helps out my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Halo 4 content, you name it. News, everything, gameplays. My name is Chief Lallis, and I'm signing out.